today we have here, his Instagram name is ISO1JZMK3. As you can see, it's a Supra MK3. I just got it from Bumper Off. But and as you can see, it has a 1J with a ginormous precision turbo. Today he's bringing it in for paint. They dropped it off, I believe, yesterday, if I remember. But we're going to be doing a pretty cool color. It's called Millennium Jade, which is a Nissan color. So I think with this Supra, it's going to look actually pretty surprisingly cool. So yeah, this custom done. It's a custom over fenders, and they're molded on together. Whoever did this did a pretty damn good fucking job. Aside from that, he has a full kit. I'm going to be removing every little piece of it right now. I'm trying to figure out how to remove all these trims at the moment, all the corner lights, the headlight covers, so I can paint everything separately and everything gets painted all correctly. So I'm just in the process right now of removing everything at the moment. It's kind of not as hard as I thought, but it's kind of confusing. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing this in a couple days. I'm gonna go over little bodywork stuff, like if I remember, it was on this side. Well, the front bumper has some cracks that I gotta go over. We're gonna be going over this crack right here, this crack, this crack. This front fender has a crack here. His overs has a crack here. So I'm gonna go over all the little stuff before anything. But right now I'm just removing all the panels that I can, and we're gonna go from there. So I'll show you guys when all this is completely not stripped, but kind of naked, I guess. So we'll see right now. So I actually had to let the sun die down a little bit, but I was able to get the whole like nose panel, the front bumper, all the corner lights, all the little signal lights and everything. I took off the door panels. You can see on that side, door panels are off. Door panels are off. I'm gonna go back tomorrow, start taking off the trims and everything in here, all the little plastic pieces. Took off the side skirts, took off the wing, took off these corner tail lights. I'm gonna see how to take these off. And then I'm gonna start with seeing how to take these off and this off, because all of this has been siliconed on. I don't know from who, but it's all stuck on there. So I'm gonna see if he's gonna want that taken off and re-siliconed on or something. So I gotta switch out this mirror because it's broken and cracked. So by tomorrow I'm gonna remove all this, take everything off, and start with the prepping, masking, and see if I can paint that same day or the day after. But I also took a little ride on the new motorcycle, what I was saying. This one is an 05 Repsol. This is my new little toy. But yeah, so over here I also got some cool new little stuff that makes a huge difference. I got a new trim bezel, or the little shift bezel. This is the whole plastic piece, got a new one. Got a new shift boot. It's a bride one, so you can match up that bride, and this bride, and the one that's gonna go here, and the seats, and the floor mats, and the roof later on. Let's see this. I also got a new little intake because I don't have one, so now I do. It's red too. I'm gonna be ordering a red strut bar. I ordered the coolant reservoir. I'm ordering the AM fitting so I can have power steering again on this car and redo the valve cover red. I also found these little trim pieces. This right here. This piece makes everything look a lot cleaner. So yeah. So by tomorrow I'm gonna finish up working on that one and see if I can get it painted by then. I'll see you guys there. Alright, so I got like a good 80% of the car masked up already. So I gotta go over the little lights right there because that's all been silicone on and I can't remove that out, neither with the rear valences, so those are staying on. I gotta finish masking up the windows here, doing the door jambs, masking up this little trim here. I got all the windows masked up and everything else. I'm gonna go and start taping up in here so that way I can cover up the entire engine bay, because we're gonna be painting under the hood. So we're gonna be doing that in a little bit. Just want to show you guys some other things that's like pretty actually feels really good doing this, because it's very oddly satisfying. There's a sealer right here because this is a T-top, so, or the sunroof thingy-majig. So in order to not get the sealer taped on, not get this painted, you can just easily just tape over it and just get a knife and cut through it, which I'll show you guys right now. It's very satisfying, so watch this. So when you put the tape over it first, make sure to get it really deep in there. So press on it pretty firmly to get this all the way through. Make sure to not completely mask it up all at once, so that way you know where to start cutting. You're gonna get your blade, and you're just gonna go in there and just start cutting through. Just gonna go with it. Now once you have this, make sure it's fully cut proper. Lift up the edge and just unmask it, and you got taped up trim. Make sure you just go over it. Make sure you didn't get too much and then get on that. So wow, look at that. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna go at it and just start cutting. Just going with it. And lift this up. Tape it, and get yourself the trim masked up in there, and you're good to go. It's very not like aired out yet, so I'm gonna put a mask on a little bit, but this is the outcome of the car. I'm gonna start unmasking it right now and I'll show you guys that. So this is now the finished outcome after I unmasked it. This is it's a jade green. It's like a millennium jade. We went ahead and did door jams. Door jams, took off all the trims and everything, so that way nothing gets painted the same color. Usually when you're done painting, you gotta give it like about 20 or 30 minutes before you start unmasking. Just that way, so you won't either mess up the paint while unmasking, or if you wait too long, you're gonna start peeling up the paint with the tape and everything else. So this is the outcome now. I got little blemishes on the hood. I don't know if you really can see through this, but it's like a bunch of little stuff flying around. It's very hard to prevent all that. For some reason, I've been trying my best to do all of that, but it's very difficult. The clear coat also started dripping out of the cup, so I got that blemish there. But everything else came out really good. The color's really nice. The color's super nice. So this is the finished outcome of this. And then probably tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna paint the rest of his parts and go from there. So yeah. So here's a better look of the actual color in the daytime. That's really hard to tell still because it's super bright outside, so it's like you can't really get the right color or the right sometime. But like I said, we did door jams. See in here, we'll start putting the whole interior back together. Overall, the color came out really nice. It actually was pretty tough to spray, but once the sun actually hits it, you're able to tell every single thing about it, and it came out really good. I used a new gun this time to use the clear, so this gun actually works really good. The only thing I'm gonna go back over is gonna wet sand the hood because I seem to get a little too much particles on the hood and the roof. But all these little things you see, it's from that. So whatever dots you see and stuff like that, it's not from the actual paint. But I did get some clear coat drips right here, 2, 3, and 4, because the gun was the cap was leaking, so that sucked. But with the wet sanding, it should fix it. And then we did under the hood as well. So under the hood is painted the same color, and we're gonna do the spark plug cover. Go over with all that. I did all the inside jams of the hood. Made sure everything looks nice and clean under there. But yeah, overall this color came out super good, and it actually came out a lot nicer than I expected. Hopefully the customer's happy when he sees the car all back together in one piece. And we can go on from there. So this is now with the door panels back on, all the trims and everything. I took all of this off, all these little trims right here. Door panel, this trim, everything, all this, that. These really just stay there because they have to be the same color, but everything's back on together. Door jamb looks really good now. So does the rest of the car. Sick.